Hello everyone. As you may be aware, my name is Przemysław Krawczyk. I am Lotarek. I run Lotarek PL. Also, I run SMD lotarek.pl. This video is an answer to Flash Cat video. I feel very discredited. Why? Okay. I'm producer. I do assembly, I do productions, I do test on my test machines. I sell the stuff. The guys, Flash Cat and the creator of the CD Cuddle gets their money for the products I sell. In the case of of Side3, it's actually divided. Income is divided in three parts, and actually it's much less for me because I take all the risk. I must now record the video that will explain a lot. So let's start from the beginning. The Side3 was supposed to be the successor of the Side2. Candle made hardware. Jonathan has written a firmware. Agreement was that I take not sources but the production files and produced devices and sell it via my shop. My part in all Side3 enterprise, let's say it, is assembly. I get firmware for CPLD from Candle. I get Gerber files from Candle. I get last firmware for Flash from John's site. I put it together, I test it, but I'm not testing it, as you may think, with hundreds of machines, because it's not my job. I take what I got from guys, test it on my testing machines, which I've got 5 or 6. Complete disaster, but they are the best to be tested. And that's all. I'm not developing any hardware in the case of Side3. I don't even have sources of jet files, firmware, hardware, nothing. I have Gerbers. When there is a gentleman agreement between me, Candle, and Jonathan Halliday that I will produce the stuff that they have designed or written firmware for, I can assume that all customers buying from me expect from me that device works. I fully understand that. But in the light of present events, I want to inform you that till I get fully functional files, working files, work files, I would say, so assembly documentation, all my machines that are behind me on my production site will stay blind for Side3 projects or any other projects, because I'm fed up. Honestly, I'm fed up with taking responsibility for something that I don't have influence at all. I spent a lot of time, a lot of my money to buy parts, to produce, to pay workers, pay bills, pay taxes, and all that stuff to produce devices that I expect to be fully working. I'm not using devices that I produce. I can test them, okay, but I'm not sitting, testing, having fun. My Atari uses CO2 PC for last 20 years, and that's the best way for me to load games, load stuff. I'm not absolutely not feeling guilty for the problems that apparently appeared. What can I say? In the time of big crisis 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the lattice chips were not available at all. So Candle proposed a substitution for the main chip. I said, I will not agree. I will not, no, wrong way. I will not discuss with you because you know what you are saying. If does it work, why not? I have made 4 pieces of device, assembled 4 boards, sent to Candle, got it back, and on my test machines, they didn't work or work occasionally. So for me, this project was absolutely not saleable. Saleable? Is there such a word? I don't know. Anyway, at the beginning of this year, I have sold 14 pieces, 14, 4 pieces of Side3 with the jet revision. I don't know, let's call it 2.1, never mind. But one of the customer sent me back the device that said it doesn't work with the ultimate connected. I don't know, I don't remember. So what I did, I sent a unit back to Candle for units, and I asked for jet improvements. I sent him my test computer because I've got, as I mentioned earlier, 5 or 6 test Ataris that I use for production testing, products testing. And in one of them, the Side3 and present batch didn't work. I said, okay, I've got problem, Candle must solve it. The device was sent back after a week or something with my test Atari. I have tested. Indeed, works with other my Ataris. So I assumed the problem is solved. Since that time, after this day, 20th of February, I have put info on my site just to publicly announce those mistakes. There are few devices among the people with the purple PCB that may need flash upgrade, FPGA upgrade. That was the time that I was selling Side3.0, I don't know, black PCB, and then came the version 3.2. There was a sale number approximately 40-50 units during 2 months. So I was absolutely positive what I said earlier, that few customers may got previous Govin firmware. If someone feels, I don't know how to say, distracted, offended that I put info at my website to ask if you find your site 3.2 not working properly, to send it me for flashing, sorry. I can apologize, but honestly, I have no idea why. I know, I am fully aware that I must cover costs of postages, deck, and bear. Now, after Flash Cat published his video, I'm absolutely aware that nobody probably will buy Side 3.2 until Candle solves the problem, or maybe problem is in the software. I don't know. I don't know if they are talking to each other. Honestly, I don't know. I'm the frontline, and I realize I'm frontline man, and I realize that I must receive all the lashes. I'm blamed for shit quality, but for God's sake, I do production. I do sales. If you think my site product made by me is produced wrong way, you can spot quality soldering issues. I will publicly apologize for that. If you find it such an issue. If you cannot find the issue with the soldering production and your device still doesn't work for you, think for a while. I'm not designer. I do not have any sources of this project. Any. No firmware, no PCB, no CPLD FPGA code, nothing. What I got is Gerber files. What I've got is JET file and firmware from FlashJSCAD. What I do, I take those files, I order parts, I reserve 1 week to produce and test CIDO on my Ataris, and that is all. If you cannot understand this, then probably you will never judge the situation proper way. Because what I feel now, both Candle and both FGC, as you know, are paid from every unit I sell. But at the end, there is no risk at their side. My risk today showed his face. I got strange mails from Australia that I supposed to apologize for FlashJSCAD. I got mails saying odd things for me. So my last question is, if the person selling Side3 was FlashJSCAD or Candle, and I was only doing production and not selling it under the Lotharek logo, but sending them, would you blame me? Because nothing would be changed. The status quo would be the same. I still would be doing production, but I wouldn't be the person that was standing officially behind the product. So, after the movie of FlashJSCAD, I'm very, very disappointed with the situation. Let me say, I feel guilty that I produced Side3. I feel guilty in front of my wife and my daughter that I spent so much time and money to give the customers product that doesn't work. I feel guilty about not participating in forums also. Yes, I feel guilty. I know I should be spending at least 3-4 hours a day at forums reading what the people have problems. Yes, I know. It's my fault. But for the fuck's sake, this is the place I work. This is the place I spend at least 12 hours a day. This is the place I get money from to live with my wife. I'm not flash just cat that it's not working officially anywhere, sitting home and coding stuff for Atari. I don't have such a lot of time. I cannot spend more than 3-4 hours a day with my daughter. So I'm absolutely positive I will not spend time on YouTube, on forums and other stuff. Sorry. I've got 4 years daughter. She's the most important for me. The most important is the stuff you see behind me. My customers around the world. Yes, this is important for me. Forums, YouTube videos, this is exception. And staying online 24 hours a day is absolutely the last thing I want to do. So, once again, I want to stress, I want to point all the hot heads, I don't know how to call this gentleman that I received mail today. Lotharek is responsible for production, sales, eventually services of devices. This is my part. This is my part when I spend my money. I buy parts, I order PCBs, I put the project into life, I sell it, and I pay income for every unit sold to guys. This is my part, nothing more. If you are not aware, I worked for 20 last years with the Jean-François De Niro HX simulators, and I have never encountered, such a I don't know the correct word for this because my English is not as perfect as probably yours is. But I feel disregarded, disrespected. In the light of present events, I must cancel cooperation concerning Side3 until proper firmware is released. Cannot afford, of course, all the costs. Honestly, to be honest, I don't know what to do next because I have produced a batch of many units, and I wonder why the risk must be mine, only mine. Also, I have heard some accusations from Josket about Side3 wing. Great, John, wonderful. But about Side 2.5, wonderful. Those things are almost produced. PCBs are here, but I will not sell them. Why? Because Spencer responsible for the project is not as helpful, has her own problems now, and until Candle sorts the problems, all her problems, I will not push her. Absolutely not. I was also divorcing. I have also had battle about my kid. I know the hard times need peace of mind. So it waits. Yes, it waits. I spend my money, I spend my time, and Side 2.5 weights, side 3 wings weights. Other projects I made prototypes weights. I do not push candle. I do not ask every day what with this project and this. No, not anymore. I publicly inform everyone that I have sent an email to Candle officially that since that mail was sent 2 months ago, maybe month ago, that I will not ever, never produce any project until I got fully working device documentation. I will not take documentation of the product that is not properly tested. Why? Why does it work for me, Jean-François Del Nero, Boris Kryzma, Jakub Kuszuna-Zawadzki, Mayseed Maker, Bartek Świderski, many others? Why does it work? I'm producer, once again. I'm not designer. I do design some stuff. I never said I am a master genius, and I will never say that. What I'm good at is, is my stuff. I'm good on production. I do very nice SMD assembly. I'm a quite good judoka, and I'm a good father. This is most important for me. So, to conclude, this video took much longer than I expected. And in the name of me, in my name, personal name, and in the name of the Flash Jazz Cat and Sebastian Kandel-Bartkowicz, Agnieszka Kandel-Bartkowicz, sorry, I apologize. I do apologize that some of you may have problems with Side3. But, as said before, please relax, clean your mind, and tell me. Just think for a while. What would you do at my place? When you got from two trusted persons production files that you assume that are still 100% okay, why should I assume it's different way? And after 4 months of silence, I suddenly hear my closest cooperative at YouTube swearing and saying bad words about me. I cannot leave this that way, so further steps will be taken. Not official because I don't care about official way. I will ask all my customers to support John privately. I will unfortunately remove all the products he's got income from my website. So if you want to blame someone, you can still blame me, but at least it will cost me less. Again, after so many years, I feel so disappointed. Feel very disappointed about the mails I got today, saying that I must apologize, FJC. Okay. If you dare to write me such a mail, you should also write why you think so. Because if I get said, you should jump off the window, I would ask for an argument, why shall I do it? So, it's late. It's 7 p.m. I'm going home to see at least 1 hour my kid and to think what to do next with all those situations. Because I'm not sure if FJC fully understands what happens next. Customer has right to return his product. If he returns, I think FGC shall also return the money he got from sales, the same candle. So the question is, what happens? The question is how the situation evolve. I do not expect apologies from anyone. As said, in my best interest, but my best knowledge, everything I can share with. Thank you very much. It's quite a long video, longest probably I have ever recorded. But it took me a whole day to think over all the things I have heard and were reported to me by other guys. That's all. Thank you very much.